You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, it has been a big week in Salem. Bo Brady woke up from a 2+ year coma, and that's after he ran amok after waking up in Megan's lab after 8 years in cold storage. Bo just name-dropped Megan, so is a showdown ahead? It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. Let's dive into what we could see this summer now that Bo is back and sticking around for a little while. The good thing is, first off, his son Shawn can finally set aside his guilt. And of course, Bo was thrilled when he woke up to declare his love for his wife, Hope, his fancy face. And then his daughter, Ciara, introduced him to his grandson, Little Bo, and granddaughter, Addie. But the Brady family also talked about his life-saving miracle, but Bo doesn't know everything yet. Sadly, John Black took a turn for the worse this past Monday, June 2nd, and died in Marlena's arms, something Bo has yet to find out. Shawn told Hope, but they have not yet told Bo. And I think it would have been hard for him to hear because Hope had to tell Bo that his dad, Victor Kiriakis, was dead. And so is her dad, Doug Williams. And of course, Bo was grief-stricken to learn that both his biological father and his father-in-law died while he was in this coma. And then Shawn finally got to apologize for shooting his dad, and he said it was all his fault. But Bo set him straight right away. He told Shawn that shooting never would have happened if Megan Hathaway hadn't been playing God with his life to start with. So we have to wonder, now that Bo's awake, is Megan going to hear that her former crush is, back out of that coma? Is she going to try to reach out to Bo? I think being electrocuted in that hot tub did something to Megan because she is fixated and she's not quite right. So this comeback of Bo Brady coinciding with the loss of John Black has had Days of Our Lives fans simultaneously excited and sad, and the ride has only just begun for those in Salem. First, Bo's got to be told that John died from injuries sustained getting the Versavix medication to save his life. And then next week, more family and well-wishers arrive in Salem to honor John Black and support Marlena and the kids. And that includes Bo, Hope, Ciara, and Shawn. And of course, Bo is going to take John's sacrifice hard, but we all know Bo would have done the exact same thing for John had the tables been turned. Plus, in the end, Bo, again, knows ultimately all of this is down to Megan Hathaway. But then again, if you think about it, Fancy Face wouldn't have Bo back if not for Megan. So she kind of owes her a thank you. That brain cancer that killed him, if you remember, Bo died in Hope's arms in 2015. And then it was in 2023 on the Days of Our Lives spinoff Beyond Salem Chapter 2 that we learned that Megan Hathaway had been kept alive by her late father, Stefano DiMera, and his mad scientist, Dr. Rolf. She had been kept in a cryogenic chamber, and then when Bo died of brain cancer, he was also tucked away in a giant test tube on DiMera Island, and Rolf got the tumor out of his head, cured the cancer. But when Bo woke up and asked about Hope, well, of course, Megan freaked out and she brainwashed Bo into being her loyal henchman along with Harris Michaels. By the end of Beyond Salem Chapter 2, we had seen Bo travel to Greece. He was kind of obsessed with the Kiriakis side of his family, and he didn't quite remember his love for Hope, and he was kind of embracing that Kiriakis dark side. And then Shawn saw his dad Bo threaten his mom with a gun, and his cop instincts took hold. Shawn had his gun out, and right then, Bo's memories of Hope came back, and right as he said, Fancy Face, the bullet hit Bo. That was it. So another coma, but this time, at least when he woke up, it was to his beloved Hope, not crazy Megan. But will she come out of hiding to try and retake Bo, reclaim him as hers like she thinks he is? According to some Days spoilers, Hope wants Bo to stay in Salem to recuperate, but he may want to continue his recovery overseas. We also know Hope and Bo have an exciting story arc this summer, supposed to be tied into the Kiriakis family with a side of Alamein for zest. So we'll see. There should be more spoilers on that soon. What we don't know yet is if Megan makes an appearance to get back with her high school sweetheart. I will say Bo owes a lot to her and Dr. Rolfe for curing his brain cancer, but I also think his debt was repaid because he was forced to do Megan's bidding while he was brainwashed. So I don't know, they may be on even footing, but I think Hope should have some things to say to Megan. The last time we saw Stefano's daughter on Days of Our Lives, she was getting close with her sister, Kristen DiMera. She was thanking her son, Dimitri von Leuschner, for helping her gain immunity on a criminal deal. And then she had more plans, but Megan's power-hungry schemes were thwarted. She wound up being shot by Harris when he was brainwashed to shoot Stefan, but Gabby pounced on Harris and it was Megan who caught the bullet, sent to the hospital, and she was facing more trouble, but her dad's pet madman, Dr. Rolfe, helped her escape. And if I recall, they left Salem in a submarine July 6, 2023. So maybe July 6, 2025, we get her back, a 2-year anniversary for the Mad Woman. Because with Bo name dropping Megan, that could mean something. And I could totally see her sneaking back into Salem to lay eyes on the newly revived and still extremely handsome Bo Brady that she loves like no other. Now, it's supposed to already be a very interesting summer for Hope and Bo with this Kiriakis storyline. And he just found out that Xander, who he remembered as one of Victor's henchmen, is his brother. So that was another shocker when they were playing catch up. So he and Alex and Bo are all supposed to be involved with some kind of Kiriakis storyline that Gwen Rizchek is supposed to be in and Vivian Alamein is supposed to be in. So if they throw Megan Hathaway into that to give the story some extra zest, I wouldn't hate that, Plus, at the time, back in 2023, when she left, Miranda Wilson, who plays Megan Hathaway, said she would love to come back to Days. If they want her, all they had to do was call. She was sitting by the phone. So maybe we'll get to see Bo getting a little payback on the woman that brainwashed him to steal him away from Hope.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.